Hello, happy Monday, everyone. Welcome. I am Meredith. I'm here with our message for the 23rd of March, 2026. We'll be using Bonefire Tarot for our message today. We have the Sun in Aries, the Moon's in Gemini. As far as I know right now, no retrogrades. Although I have not checked my list of retrogrades. Our first card popping out is the Three of Wands. What a beauty. It's another one of my favorites in tarot. It's a card about having a vision for what you're creating. And we've certainly been talking about that for a long, long while now. And last week, most of the messages centered around this current phase, the way the astrology is aligned, the way the energy atmosphere is, makes it easier for us to, we're not under so many retrogrades at this point, and you can feel a lightness in your being over it. At least I can. And then there's a little more grace with everything, a little more ease. So keep that vision alive and keep adding to your this is what it feels like to live in energy, right? And then we have the Hermit. A quest beckons. The quest of your vision beckons. And there is enlightenment at hand. The Hermit card is not so much about so many of the focuses on the Hermit card center around isolation and solitude, though it's spoken of in a negative way. I hear it often when I listen to a tarot card reading and the Hermit comes up. And it's almost always linked to something relationship-wise. Anyway, that's dramatic. The non-drama, I feel, with the Hermit is this is enlightenment within the self-relationship. This is epiphany. This is an aha moment, something to really celebrate within self-awareness. So I love that we have the lantern being held up with the light of the sun shining into our vision as well. Our Three of Wands. Then we have two cards coming together. We have, oh dear. Here's the Nine of Swords back again, though the King of Cups comes with it. Nine of Swords is the card where we're awake, we're tossing and turning in the night. We can't shut the vulture thoughts off, and that doesn't have to just be at night. That could be all day long. Though it's paired with the King of Cups holding the Ace of Cups. This is about our intuition. This is about our heart-centered awareness and focus. And I'm feeling like the way these two cards came out, excuse me, the majority of this Nine of Swords energy is behind us now. And we're rising like the Phoenix and or the Knight of Cups holding an Ace of Cups saying, Yahoo, woo, I did it. I got through some of that old BS that I've been carrying around and I let it go. I let it go. I recently had a conversation with someone, a very wise someone, who was talking about forgiveness. And it came across in a whole new energy for me when they were speaking about it, because so many people talk about forgiveness. And that's what I'm feeling here in this Nine of Swords, which is why I'm on it right now. And the King of Cups. The thing about forgiveness, people talk about, well, forgiveness is really for you. So you can unwind from whatever situation and circumstances evolved. But I have always felt like there's this lingering, unresolved energy to that. And so this very wise someone was saying, the whole thing about forgiveness is for you is the freedom that you give yourself. Those are not their exact words, but that's what it boils down to. Regardless, it is liberation to forgive something and have gratitude. Thank you for the experience. So it could be the crappiest experience you've ever had. I can think of a few. that border on ridiculous even. You've all got them. You know what they are. And, if there's another party involved, thank them. Have gratitude. Because what happened? 9 of Swords is what happened. And vulture thoughts evolved around that. And what did those vultures do? They picked over whose bones? Ours. So when you set yourself free and you embrace this heart-centered awareness of the King of Cups, you're in your freedom. You're in your liberation. This is behind you now as an experience that you can be grateful for because it has shaped who you are today and how you rise like a phoenix in your world. Ooh, I just gave myself goosebumps over that. Think about forgiveness as freedom and liberation. Set yourself free. That's what it's about. And then that 9 of Swords really does fade to the background rather easily. Because why? You're looking at a whole new vision. You have a whole new landscape. You have a whole new life plan for yourself. And life celebration in the now. Not just a plan for later. There's celebration now. Which further anchors the energy of living in the fulfillment of your dreams. You can't help but attract it. And there's no place for this 9 of Swords any longer that we can have gratitude for it. And it may revisit us again someday. Still, the equation is the same. Forgive it and be free. And have gratitude. Yeah, because coming up next, folks, is the 10 of Pentacles, the legacy of happiness, which is exactly what we're building right now and celebrating right now. Comes with the 4 of Cups also, the unseen blessing card. This card, like the Hermit, I don't think is ever fully flushed out when you see it show up in tarot, because in the 4 of Cups, you pick up any traditional deck, you'll see a divine hand coming from behind the character on the card. It's a blessing they don't see coming. So there's a blessing we don't see coming by embracing the energy of forgiveness, freedom, and liberation on the 9 of Swords. And it's the King here holding up that Ace of Cups that's going to surprise and delight us in the 4. Oh my gosh. And then we have Queen of Wands. The Fire Queen, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Talk about sassy. She's a little bit flashy. She's also really fiery, fantastic, and passionate. And that's what I sense we feel over our 3 of Wands. One more card. Back again, folks. We got the Lovers. Oh, right behind it, I'm taking it. Oh my gosh, the 10 of Cups. Look at that. This is what comes of unifying your self-relationship. Harmony with your divine feminine, divine masculine, which makes decision-making so swift, so easy. And it's easy when you're choosing just exactly what this King is offering in the Ace of Cups, and now to the power of 10. This happens because of your unified, heart-centered awareness. And you got to have gratitude for that 9 of Swords, because she brought you here and gave you contrast from some really crappy stuff, which inspired some really amazing stuff. And we're in the flow of creating it all now and continuing to create it. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. How's the universe helping us out behind the scenes? Did we get the point yet with the Ace of Cups? There it is. And, it sits in position with the 3 of Wands. So the Ace of Cups is very inspiring to this entire message. Then we have 2 of Swords, another card we've seen a bit of lately. This is the, and it's in alignment with the Hermit, and that makes total sense because we're talking about self-relationship, self-awareness, enlightenment within our perspective, how we stand on our foundation now. So we're listening to our intuition. We're shutting out the static around us that could be an echo of this Nine of Swords. That's cool because it's a reminder. And we take the reminder in the best way possible and turn it into an Ace of Cups to the Power of 10 style of life. And then we have the Five of Coins. We didn't settle. You know, this is in alignment with the Nine of Swords, King of Cups. And this is a card where you can enter a sanctuary, usually at a cost, usually at in some diminishing way to our energy. And we chose not to take the easy route. And we walked through our own dark night of our own soulful awareness that came out of the Hermit and enlightened us and revealed a very powerful ego story that was holding us back. So who is the forgiveness for? It's always for us. It's more than that, though. It's about our freedom. It is about being liberated, not tied down, not stuck to, not vulture thinking anything. Because it robs us of our joy, which is the meaning of the Seven of Swords. So create heaven on earth for yourself by not robbing yourself of the joy that's already fulfilling right here. Heaven on earth, 10 of Cups, and then how beautiful is this? The world. The reward of all of our journey, all of our prior investment. So the Nine of Swords is but a blink to remind us of just how far we've come. Celebrate the heck out of that, folks. Let's move on to Gateway Oracle. What gateway is available to us today? Are we stepping through it? Are we hesitating? Igniting courage. I am strong, valiant, and courageous. Well, yes, you are. Own that. Angel answers. Confirmation of this reading. A fresh message, perhaps. And an opportunity for you to ask a question of this deck. And let it give you an answer. Okay, well, we have a whole bunch. Listen to your intuition. Let go. There's something better. Know when to say no and know when to reconsider. Perfect. Perfect cards. Great summary of the reading. And potentially some great answers to your questions. Final word on our message today. Angels and ancestors. Excuse me. We have our star ancestor. Follow the voice of your soul. And where's that bringing you? Three of Wands. Ten of Cups. Happy Monday, everyone. Have a great day. Peace, love, joy. Namaste.